everybody, welcome along to episode 184 of Percussion Discussion Podcast. Going to ask you to please check out all of our social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course our world famous YouTube channel, where you can find all of our conversations past and present with a video to accompany. Please consider subscribing. It only takes a second. There's no adverts to get in the way. It just means you'll be notified when any new content comes your way, which it does quite regularly. You'll find lots of rig rundowns and different bits and pieces that aren't on the podcast. So please do that. It helps grow the channel. Of course, all of our conversations are available in podcast form, and these are free to download from your favourite podcast provider. So if that's your thing, you know what to do. Please write and review as well. Again, it all really helps the cause, so thanks for that. On to today's guest, a wonderful drummer from down south of England. He's definitely in the hard rock metal vein of things. Recently, he's been doing the Cozy Powell birthday bash. He's been in good company there with some great drummers and some big hitters. He's been doing gigs with Mike Gray, touring and recording with Ronnie Romero, and currently he's out on an epic tour with the incredible bassist Marco Mendoza. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome the fabulous Mr. Chris Allan. Chris, thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. So we kind of got it in just before things get a bit busy, because you were saying you've got some stuff coming up with, I think you said, did you say Mike Gray, or have I imagined that?
No, that's correct. Yeah, Mike Gray from Skin. I did a show with him last year at Made of Stone Festival, and I'm back with him in March for a show we're doing. I think it's called Rochester Rocks. So. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Mike's fantastic. The back catalogue is insane. The Skin songs and Jagged Edge and all of his stuff that he's done is
Absolutely. Well, I've seen both of those bands loads of times. In the Buckley Tivoli is my local venue, so I'm sure. Have you probably played in there at some point?
I don't think I've done that, to be honest, but it's one that I definitely want to. It's it's one of those prestigious venues, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's you stick to the carpet. I remember seeing Wasp in there, believe it or not, in 2016, I think it was, and there must have been 1,000 people in there. And that's way over capacity, but it was incredible. So, and it's a great venue, it really is. So I'm a huge fan of Mike anyway. So
he's great. Yeah.
So you said you played with him last year. Now, I'm assuming you'll get some rehearsal time with him, or you don't, or did you have to go straight in? And how does it work when you've done just one gig with somebody?
Mike is big on rehearsal, so we actually had, it was 3 or 4 days before just one show. Wow. He'll do 3 or 4 days minimum. He wants it to be, the best it can possibly be. So he'll put the time into rehearsing, get everyone together for that amount of time for one show, And there's plenty of gigs I do that have no rehearsal at all. Yeah. So it's it feels like a luxury actually. So it's good. Yeah, I enjoy it.
So you don't mind the rehearsing and stuff, and but you still have to do your homework, obviously.
No, love it. Yeah.
You need to go in prepared anyway, but I guess it's just extra prepared by the time the gig comes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way Mike works is that he gets together with everyone individually first. So we'll go into a room together, work out, he'll be like, yeah, I like that. No, listen to the record for that bit. And then when we get into the room, sort of the drums are ready for everyone else. So we don't waste time when we're in the room. So, he goes around everyone individually, and then we all get together for a week. And, it's pretty full-on rehearsals.
That's cool. I mean, you can prepare all you like listening and maybe making notes and charts and what have you, but nothing beats being in a room with the musicians doing it. You can't. It's different, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You can do as much homework as you want, and still when you get in the room, you kind of go, oh, there's a bit there, and you feel things out, and things feel different when you start playing with people. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I have done enough gigs where I haven't actually picked up a stick. I've just listened to. I've picked up a stick and kind of just air drummed a little bit, and I've got my parts. It's cool. But when you come to do it, it's like, it doesn't feel right. This doesn't. It feels weird, as you say. But the fact that you can do it, and of course, and it's a big thing, sometimes overlooked. Running a set, you need some stamina for that music, don't you? And it's nice to know how to pace yourself during songs, I'd imagine.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've done plenty of shows without rehearsal, and it is just, it can be uncomfortable, going in having not done the set as a whole before. Yeah, but some people prefer working that way for some reason. But yeah,
I don't, because of the work I do. I only do reading gigs. I don't do anything non-reading, and it's just lazy. That's all it is. I'm old now. I'm 50. Oh, I don't even know, 52, and it's just like, I'll just read it, it's fine. And most of the time I'm okay, but occasionally you get caught out, it's like, oh, I should have looked at that, or should have maybe done at least half an hour's rehearsal, but, it's each of their own, isn't it? And
it's something that I could never do, a reading gig. I think, that's a skill in itself, yeah.
Yeah, it's not everything. It's a tool, isn't it? And I've said this a lot on this podcast. It's a tool. It's a useful tool, but it's not going to slow you down if you can't read. It depends on the gig, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
It does.
It's simple as that. And as far as gig to gig, obviously you've played. You're on the heavier end of the spectrum, music wise. The people you play with, obviously, Mike and Skin. It's not like double bass heavy. Would you perhaps change the drum set that you take depending on the gig, or do you tend to take the full works to everything?
I tend to adapt the kit to the gig, though. When I was discussing it with Mike, he particularly liked 2 kick drums and was just like, just go for it.
Yeah.
So even though it's not particularly double bass heavy, it's still there, and he likes the look of it, and yeah. So
it's a great backdrop, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially the era that he comes from, I think it's fitting. I wouldn't necessarily take that to a gig where I didn't think it would fit, just because I wanted to. So I always do check with the artist first, and luckily he was like, yeah, just go for it. So I enjoy it. I think I prefer playing that kit. So
yeah. And I suppose it's something I've never really given thought about before, but that's something that goes on. You would check with an artist to what they want you want them to, or they want you to take rather. So you'd say, what size? How would you say what size kit do you want? What how do you want to go about this? Is that how it works?
Yeah, pretty much. I did a session. I recorded for a band, and then they invited me to be in the video as well. And I wanted to check the vibe they were going for. So yeah, it's literally like, do you want the Bonham kit, or would you like 2 kick drums? What look are you going for? So yeah, just present it as, this is option A, this is option B, and if they like 2 kick drums or they don't, or we don't think that will fit, or the drummer that's going to come in after you hasn't got to, so we'd rather not go there. I just literally asked the question, how do you want it to look?
But as a look, it is amazing, because my favourite drummer definitely in the 80s was Randy Castillo, the late Randy Castillo, who was just, and his kits looked amazing. He was cool. He had the coolest hair. I can't say anything anymore, but and the stuff he did with Ozzy was just phenomenal. It really was.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So that's kind of where I got into the heavy stuff, was him, which a lot of people are shocked about with the great drummers that were around in that period, but that was he was the guy for me.
Yeah.
Had his VHS video and stuff. You're probably a bit young for that one, I'm guessing, Chris.
I don't remember that one, but I'm certainly aware of what he did with Ozzy and everything. So yeah.
Amazing stuff. Well, hey, look, speaking of double bass, you did the Cozy Powell birthday. I think, was it your second time doing it this time?
Yeah, so I've just done my second one.
And how was that? Because unfortunately, I can never I'm always gigging and stuff around that time. And Bob's invited me so many times. It's like, I can't do it. And family stuff, and it must be a brilliant experience.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I'm a huge Cozy Powell fan, which, anyone that actually does follow me or know who I am will know that anyway. Huge Cozy Powell fan. So, I've been pestering Bob for years to do it. And yeah, we found some songs that would work and some guys to do it. We were doing the Brian May Band stuff. So
both years. Did you do the same? Did you do the same tune?
We've done the same both years so far. Yeah.
One of them had to be driven by you. It's got to be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, what a tune!
Absolutely. So I grew up probably 7 or 8 years old with my mum had the VHS of the Brian May Band live at Brixton. So
okay,
Cozy was one of my absolute, that's what I want to do. Moments when I saw that gig. So to go there and play those songs
on those drums,
on those drums. Yeah.
Now I hear varying reports of how tricky it is to navigate, with angles and big drums and stuff. Was because you use, I think you're on fairly big drums anyway. You're on 24s, aren't you? Did it take some adapting for you, or were you quite comfortable straight away?
Well, my kit's a pretty similar layout, and I always think that my kit feels quite large. I mean, it's comfortable, but it's not until you sit on that kit that you kind of go, wow, this is absolutely insane. It doesn't look so bad, but when you sit on it, because it's two 26 kick drums,
wow, and
the two rack toms are both 15.
Oh my god, yeah. So
the kick drums are just so far apart. The hi-hat, it was before the time of having the attachments onto the kick drum, so the hi-hat's over there, and everything's just to the sides. So it's it does take a bit of getting used to. Yeah.
Did it ever become comfortable at all, or was it always a bit on the edge?
I think it got more uncomfortable as the set went on.
Jeez, I'd get tired.
I really felt it in my hips, just having my legs so far apart. Yeah, but
it must be. Is it energy sapping on drums that big? Because they need, big drums need a bit of power behind them as well, don't they?
Yeah. I think so, yeah. Especially because you only go up and play a few songs as well, so you sort of put everything into it, and everything's almost behind you.
Yeah,
the cymbals are over to the side. So yeah, I found it particularly like tiring towards the end of the set. Yeah, so I put everything into the set, and
And there's some amazing drummers on there, and I saw a few. I know quite a few of the guys. And is it all really good natured, or is there a bit of like, I'll show you what I can do on this now, or because you're all on a level playing field on that set, aren't you? Apart from Bob, who owns it, gets to play it every day. But
no, it's all really good. Everyone hangs around together backstage, and it's just a big like community thing, and everyone's there's not a single ego in the room, which might be expected with some of the names that are doing it, but there's absolutely not. No.
Oh, fantastic! Well, I'm going to definitely get there one year. I've got to.
Yeah,
it's only a couple of hours drive. So, do you kind of make a couple of days of it, or do you go up for the day and then drive back up?
We take my wife with me when we can. She couldn't make it. The one just gone. Due to babysitters, and there was a lot of illness around. But yeah, we try and go up the day before and stay overnight, and make a bit of a thing of it. It's the best and worst time of year, though, isn't it? Because it's either everyone's free or everyone's busy. It's a funny time, but
that's when his birthday is, so you can't really have it any other time, can you?
No, absolutely not. No, it works nicely. Yeah.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about sort of your beginnings, your journey into drums, if you like.
Yeah, so always music on in the house. That's what I always remember. From what I'm told, well, my mum's a massive Queen fan, was always a massive Queen fan. And from what I was told, when the Freddie Mercury tribute concert was on, it was televised. I remember
it well, yeah.
It was 92, so I was 4, but was glued to the TV.
I was 19
when it was on. So shouldn't have said that. So apparently I was glued to the TV. But I remember growing up, and the three things that stick out was Queen live at Wembley on VHS.
Yep.
She had the tribute concert on VHS, and she had the Brian May Band live at Brixton on VHS. So those were my 3 in rotation. But the tribute concert in particular, I would always go, well, who's that? And she'd go, oh, that's Guns N' Roses. So, okay, I like that. And who's that? Oh, that's Metallica. I was like, oh, I like that. So that was my education, was those things. And so between Roger Taylor and Cozy Powell, they were really, by 8 years old, I was like, I want to play drums.
Yeah.
And just been obsessed with it ever since.
That is two solid influences, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And to be fair, quite a lot of similarities in the way they play, into certain extent.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they're both fans of Bonham to start with, so it's kind of you get that vibe from it. I think they're both extremely musical players,
Yeah,
but love the big drums and very, very solid. And
that thing Roger Taylor does, opening the hi-hat a little bit with the snare drum just to make it fatter. I love that.
Yeah, you can tell it's him playing
straight away. It's his
which is incredible.
It's his little thumbprint or DNA. It's there. It is. Yeah.
And just the way he makes the drums sound, there's just like, I don't think it can be replicated. I don't know how he does it. Just the drums just always sound incredible.
I mean, it's a similar thing for me. My parents, they were musical and into music, but they were, my dad's brass bands through and through. My mother liked folky stuff, which I was like, ugh. But I remember watching Live Aid in '85 when I went on holiday, and that was so. Again, it was Queen for me, Queen, and Steve White with the Style Council. I was like, he's me.
Okay.
And Quo. I was like, oh my god,
oh yeah,
this is amazing. So that was my day. I was like, that's what I'm going to do one day. And so it was a similar thing. So I get what you feel. And I remember watching the Freddie concert, the tribute concert. It was incredible. I think with Def Leppard on as well.
Def Leppard, yeah.
It was a hell of a day.
Yeah,
just amazing.
The lineup was insane. Yeah, but I mean that was an incredible education for me. It led me to Black Sabbath, Guns N' Roses, Extreme.
Of course, yes, yeah. Forgot on as well. Yeah.
Just to dig through all of those bands as well, and it kind of just that was where I got into music, basically. Yeah.
So did you go down the school the drum education route, or did you kind of make it up yourself, or how did you get that side?
I did both. So I knew when I got to a certain age I could take drum lessons, which was 9 years old. So I was always looking forward to getting to that point. Sure. And then I took lessons between 9 and 12 where I did the grade system, which I think was Guildhall School of Music and Drama at the time. Was the syllabus. And I got up to grade 7 in that time. And then
you do read then?
Yeah, probably a bit rusty, but no, I do read. Yeah, I mean, I read enough to be able to. I wouldn't be able to do a sight reading gig. Yeah. I'd have to spend some time with it, and I do write a bit of notation if I need to.
Sure.
So I'm familiar with notation. Yeah, but from 13, 14, I kind of just couldn't stop playing to my music collection, and at that point you get into bands, and so from then I kind of went alone and was taught myself everything else from there, really.
It's amazing what listening to your favorite albums can teach you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's hard to beat that, sitting there and just playing along with stuff. It's a good way of doing it. It really is.
I don't think it can be beaten, to be honest. Because you learn so many different things from different people. I do find if you have, say, one teacher for an amount of time and you don't get anything from anybody else, you are missing out on, loads of other, influences coming in. So just playing to as much as possible was just great. Yeah.
And was it always your intention to be a drummer? Was that what you were going to do, or did you go down other avenues first, or did you just not know and see what happened?
No, I've never wanted to do anything else. Yeah, since I started 9-10 years old, I was just like, that's it. That's all I want to do. So, yeah.
Have you managed to, like, from like leaving school, did you go straight into, did you manage to make enough money to live from school on it, or, after school, I should say, or after education, whatever you did?
No, I was in originals bands, did a couple of originals bands, and we had some record deals, but it wasn't anything, we weren't making money. It was, distribution deals, and I did a lot of great touring in that time between, 19 and 24 or something, but it wasn't making me money. I had to, work on the side, and I was probably around 25. I made the jump. I was like, I'm going to come out of the originals thing and try and do this for a living. Because again, the Cozy Powell thing of going into all these different projects, and then obviously Josh Freese and seeing him working as a session guy, and that was another big influence of me just going, actually, I want to do that.
So you almost wanted to do the sideman thing rather than be in a band. You just wanted to be in bands and a hired gun for.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be said about being in a band, and I would absolutely love to do that again if it was the right thing to do. But yeah, I love being the sideman. I love, being able to go into different projects, and then you can also, play the drums and go home and not worry about all the politics. And
how does it work? This is and I think any musician who plays in various projects has this fear of opening the diary when you're offered a good run of dates. You're like, oh no, I don't know what. Oh God, I've got clashes. It's got to happen. And I'm guessing the more well known you get, the worse it's going to get, isn't it? So I've been reasonably lucky that I haven't had anything horrific, but it does happen. I mean, I've kind of got blocks in my diary at the moment because I'm out with Ronnie Romero this year, and people are asking me to do things, and I've just got to be like, I'm really sorry, I've got a block and I can do this and this. But when I was out with I've been out with Marco Mendoza for the last few years, and his blocks are like, I think we did April till September, so it's just like, I'm really sorry. We would do April till September, have October off, and do November till December. So perfect. Yeah. Well, you're not that worried at that point, are you? Let's be honest.
No, there's a lot of, I'm really sorry, I'm not available, and I think it's a little bit worrying in a way because you don't know if they're ever going to call you back. But if you're too busy,
you're turning them down for legitimate reasons. Playing with somebody like Marco Mendoza, a household name. So, I think it can work the other way as well. We'll get him next time, I think.
Oh, I'm more than grateful to have all that work. So, absolutely.
Yeah. So with Marco then, obviously a bass player, does he just put a band together, and how does it work song-wise with Marco? Does he have original? I mean, I'm not aware of any original stuff, you see. So I know the bands he's played for, obviously, over the years.
Yeah. He's got 4 original solo albums.
Oh, wow.
Which are great. So we were doing the majority of his solo work, which is great. And then we'd drop in some things that he had done previously. We did Ted Nugent and a Neil Schon track and some Thin Lizzy.
Of course, he was in... was he in Journey?
He did Journey.
He was in Journey, yeah.
Yeah, he did Journey for a little bit. I mean, the list is incredible of stuff he's done. So, I grew up with him being, in Whitesnake. So,
of course.
So I think the majority of people know him from Whitesnake. So, it was fantastic. It's such an incredible bass player.
And how did you get that gig?
So I was aware, I've kind of followed him since the Whitesnake time and been aware of all the projects he's been in. And I was friendly with his drummer at the time, Kyle Hughes, who was actually just moving from the UK to Los Angeles. And we became friendly. And I just said, if you ever need anything while, you've got other things coming in, just let me know. And it just so happened that he went, actually, I do. And I was meant to do a week, and that week turned into the entire summer. And then I just stayed for another year and a half after that.
Can I ask then, right? And I hope you can answer this. That the fact that week turned into pretty much forever, is that because Marco preferred your playing, or because it's a tricky one, that, isn't it? Because you kind of, you know what I mean? Can you answer that? I don't even know if you can answer.
I'd like to think so. No, I know Kyle was busy and he had other things come in, but I didn't get not asked back, so I just kind of stayed. It just kind of worked.
Yeah, you know, obviously, you don't want to piss Kyle off by saying, "Well, yeah, I'm better than you, so that's why I kept the gig." You know, because this happens in bands, doesn't it? People move on, and there's not always a reason. It's just things get tired, or things get, you know, that's the way it is. It's always been the same, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think, well, with Kyle moving to LA and me, and you know, the majority of Marco's work with his solo project is in Europe. Yeah, so it made sense.
Sure.
For me to stay, I guess. And yeah.
And I'm guessing Brexit must have screwed things up a little bit for you as well, because obviously visa-wise, it's a nightmare now, isn't it? You know, having to get visas to go. Whereas before you could just wander about. Has that caused you any issues?
No, luckily not so far. But I've got an app which counts my days in Europe, and is
it 90 or something you can do in?
Yeah, so you can do 90 days in 180. So somehow it's just always worked out so far. Yeah.
Because I've heard some horror stories from friends of mine, you know, who've lost tours because of this stupid stuff. There you go. That's
I just don't know why there's not a working visa.
Yeah.
That you know, I'd be happy to pay for it like you do for the States, you know, like, but there isn't anything. That's the worrying thing.
Yeah.
That there just isn't anything in place at all.
No.
But,
well, let's hope there will be at some point, because I think people have to see sense at some point, and you know. So this question, I'm going to ask it, right? I don't think I've ever asked this any before. What's the hardest, getting the gig or keeping the gig?
Oh, I'll always say keeping the gig. I think, I've heard of a lot of people losing a gig not because of their playing, but because they can't. What's the right way to put this? They're hard to live with. Maybe
they can't hang.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that. I've seen people, you know, come out of gigs and for that reason. So I think keeping the gig, So it's always nice to keep being asked back, and to just generally have a gig. It's nice, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but no, I mean, getting a gig, obviously you have to have the skills, and you have to get through an audition if there is one, which is obviously, you know, you have to be able to hang in the audition as well. That's part of the audition. But yeah, to be on the road for something like, you know, 2.5 years with somebody, and still get asked back is that's hard. Yeah,
it's quite a commitment from everybody, isn't it? To do.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, you see every side of everybody. You know, at least once when you're out on the road. So, you know, I think you have to be able to live with people for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And just going back a little bit, obviously when Kyle suggested you cover for him for a week, how do you have to play with Marco so he can kind of check you out, or does he go on his previous drummer's word, or how does that work?
I think I sent him some videos actually. I sent him a few videos. He asked me for a couple of things from his catalogue, and then I sent him some other things I thought he would like. And then it was just, okay, let's learn the set, and we'll see you in France or wherever it was. Yeah.
Cool. So was there any rehearsal involved in that, or was that straight in?
I think we did a long sound check.
Right, okay.
So no, not really.
Done a few of those, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
a long sound check. We went through, beginnings and endings and anything that linked together. But, luckily a lot of it was available to watch on YouTube. So I kind of, did all my homework and kind of had a really good idea of it beforehand. But still, again, nothing can prepare you for being on the stage. Marco particularly as well, he likes to be spontaneous.
Okay.
So a lot of he'll call things out or change things on the spot, and you just got to be ready.
Yeah.
I think 95% of the gig I was just eyes on the whole time, just in case.
Because I'm assuming you count the tunes off as well.
The majority, yeah. Some of them he would start, so it's really important to just be locked in with him. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, it's interesting. And obviously you're on stage for maybe 2 hours. How do you handle the other 22? Is it something you enjoy, traveling around and seeing different places, being on the bus, whatever? Everyone has their own opinions of it, don't they?
Love traveling, love seeing places. If I could get out even for an hour in a city I'd never been to, then I would go and get a coffee. And I'm a huge coffee drinker, so just getting out and getting a coffee somewhere, finding somewhere good to sit for an hour, love doing that. I enjoy it. I mean, the traveling's hard at times, but to get to play drums, it's a sacrifice I'm more than willing to make.
Absolutely. So, yeah. And you seem to have gigs with great singers, because you played on the Dan Byrne EP, didn't you?
I did, yes.
That voice is frighteningly good. He blows my mind. It's a great EP, by the way. It's really,
Thank
really
you.
good. That was amazing. Do you still do anything with him now?
No, he's kind of got a core band at the moment, okay. And they're doing really great. They've got a record coming out which sounds incredible. But no, I'm really proud of how that EP turned out. I did the drums myself, and just sent them to the producer. So.
Oh wow! So you have a home studio then, yeah?
At the time, I had a place.
Uh-huh.
I was renting a place, which I lost just after COVID because the owners sold the land to developers. So I had my studio for 5 or 6 years, and then lost it, unfortunately. So, So at the time, I had my place and recorded it, and I was doing a lot of remote work at that point, a lot of studio stuff. I still do it. It's just I hire a room now.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, it adds to it's not the same. What's the word? Comfort, is it? When you can just walk in and everything's set and you can just do it. And I can do basic stuff in here, but not. I can't really go playing at full tilt. Neighbours get a bit upset. But to have that. Yeah. Was this something you did a lot as well? Did you say?
Especially through COVID. It was I was really busy through COVID. It was an absolute lifesaver actually having that there, because everyone was home and was wanting to put projects together, and it also opened a lot of doors for collaborations with other musicians you wouldn't normally get the chance to do anything with, which was fantastic. It was definitely a luxury. Sure.
And as opposed to going into a studio when you've got maybe a producer over your shoulder watching what's going on, would you rather do it in your home space when you had one, and spend a little bit more time and get things absolutely perfect, or would you prefer the pressure of having a producer there, sort of listening?
I actually work quicker on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am definitely a perfectionist, but because I'm in my own workflow and I can, stop, retake, or punch in, or, completely on my own time. I think I did a record a couple of weeks ago for an artist in America, and I did 13 tracks in 6 hours.
Wow. That's
so
incredible.
Yeah, just when I get in the zone in my own workflow, I do. Yeah, I can be pretty quick, and yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing stuff. Yeah, really cool. And you've got a tour with Ronnie Romero coming up as well. Now, another great voice. Obviously, Elegant Weapons.
Fantastic.
Great stuff. Amazing. Scott Travis has been on the pod because he was in the early days of it, wasn't he? I believe was he in Weapons at one point?
Scott recorded the Elegant Weapons album.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There we go. That makes sense.
So he didn't do the live stuff, but recorded the album. Yeah.
So so that's going to be fun. Have you worked with Ronnie before?
So I have actually. So I met Ronnie. A mutual friend asked me to do a Queen tribute actually in Madrid. It was for a charity, and Ronnie was living in Madrid at the time and did the gig. And he was, when was that? That was 2018. So he was still with Rainbow. Oh,
okay.
But yeah, we got on really well and kept in touch. And every time when he was singing for Michael Schenker, they would rehearse in Brighton.
Oh, right.
Which is where I'm based. So we'd meet up and, hang out every time he was here. And eventually I just got the call to do the solo stuff, which is fantastic. Yeah.
When you get calls like that, does it still sort of, bring out that grin and it's just like, yes, because it's got to, hasn't it? It's got to.
It does, especially I've been a fan of Ronnie's anyway. Yeah. Absolutely love his voice and everything, all the projects he does. So yeah, I mean, it was the call I would have hoped to have got. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I would have. I think I played in Bucharest where he lives, and then I got the call a few months later. Actually, yeah. So, yeah.
So you've got a busy year then. It's getting that way anyway.
Yeah. So the album came out. We recorded an album, and that came out in October.
Yeah.
So we're just getting ready to start the album cycle now. So yeah, we're out for most of March, and then we'll be doing festival season, and then hopefully a headline European tour later in the year as well. So.
Excellent stuff. So will you be over in the UK for that, or?
I'd hope so. Yeah, we've got 2 UK shows. So the tour in March, we're opening for a band called Primal Fear. Oh, okay, right. Which I think is like a German power metal. Mm-hmm. I'm not massively familiar. And we have 2 UK shows, which is Islington O2 Academy and KK's Steel Mill in Wolverhampton. Ah, well, you're more than familiar with that place. It's a great venue. Great venue. So we've got 2 UK shows then, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh, well, fingers crossed. If you're doing the full headline tour, we hopefully get along and see you somewhere. And, that'd be great. Yeah. We'd be more than welcome. Yeah. Shake your hand, see you in person. It's always nice. Yes, definitely. Yeah. I'm lucky to have caught up with so many of the drummers I've spoken to, so it's always nice to do that. So, look, Chris, thanks so much, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. And, yes. Good luck with all the projects you got this year, and thank you. Onwards and upwards, as they say. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. If anybody wants to check out what you do, where can they find you? I suppose it's Instagram and all the usual bits and pieces. Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. It's just Chris Allan Drums. Allan with an A, not an E, because that's somebody else that always gets my emails. So yeah, Chris Allan Drums mainly on Instagram, but Facebook as well. And just want to say thank you for having me. I know a lot of people might not know who I am, but just to be put in front of the amazing drumming community is fantastic. So thank you. Mate, that's very kind, and they'll know exactly who you are now. So hopefully they'll check you out, get you a few more follows and what have you. And cool. Yeah. Thanks so much, Chris. What an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Take care. See you soon. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.